You're paying hundreds of dollars for omega-3 supplements, while the richest plant source grows between the slabs of your yard. You buy spinach from $5 while the more nutritious leaf grows wild in your own garden. And those weeds you spray, some sell for $10 an ounce in health food stores. What if the biggest gardening mistake isn't bad soil or pests, but not realizing that your weed problem is a gold mine? Today, we're turning your backyard gaze around and revealing the 10 common weeds that are most valuable in your grocery cart. These fleshy, trailing plants in sidewalk cracks contain more omega-3s than any leafy green on Earth. While you spend money on fish oil, purslane produces the same essential fats for free. Entire civilizations relied on these plants as a primary source of food and medicine long before the advent of modern agriculture. After this video, you will never look at your yard the same way again. Get ready to discover 10 forgotten superfoods growing right under your feet, completely free. Purslane, with its thick jade leaves and reddish stems, thrives in the harshest conditions. Those cracks in the asphalt where nothing else will survive become home to this amazing plant, concentrating nutrients that most plants can't even produce. The Journal of the American College of Nutrition has confirmed that purslane contains up to 400 milligrams of alpha-linolenic acid per 100 grams. This is exceptionally high for leafy greens, beating the expensive omega-3 supplements that people pay hundreds of dollars for every month. The taste of purslane is surprisingly pleasant, crispy, and slightly tart with lemon and cucumber notes. Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisines have used it for centuries, adding it to salads and stews where it adds freshness and nutritional value. But purslane is not only omega-3 acids. The nutrient database shows that this plant contains more vitamin E than spinach, more beta-carotene than carrots, and significant amounts of magnesium, potassium, and calcium in easily absorbed form. René Redzepi of Copenhagen restaurant Noma popularized wild plants in haute cuisine by charging premium prices for ingredients. Purslane now graces the plates of Michelin-starred restaurants as an exotic ingredient in expensive dishes, while the same species literally grows like a weed in their parking lots. The irony is striking in its scale. People are spending fortunes on omega-3 supplements and superfoods, buying organic greens at inflated prices, while one of nature's most nutritionally complete plants is so common that most gardeners consider it a nuisance. High-end chefs pay suppliers up to $15 per pound of purslane, marketing it as a rare delicacy. Meanwhile, this hardy plant colonizes urban spaces on its own, offering free food to anyone smart enough to recognize it. Thick purslane leaves stay fresh longer than store-bought greens thanks to their natural water content and protective compounds. One plant can provide 7 nutritious leaves throughout the growing season, continually producing new shoots after harvest. White pigweed, with its characteristic diamond-shaped leaves powdered with a silvery white coating, surpasses cultivated spinach in the content of vitamins and minerals. This remarkable plant was a staple food crop for Native American tribes for thousands of years before corn became the dominant crop in North America. Archaeological finds indicate that cultures of the Eastern Agricultural Complex, including the Hopewell and Mississippian societies, cultivated pigweed more than 3,000 years ago. They understood what modern nutritional analysis confirms. Pigweed contains 309 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams, superior to many dairy alternatives. Young leaves are tender and mild in flavor, while older leaves develop a rich, earthy flavor ideal for cooking. Aggressive plant growth in disturbed soil is not just survival, but a sign of concentrated nutrients, as plants that thrive in difficult conditions often develop survival mechanisms that increase their nutrient density. What makes white pigweed especially valuable is its long harvest season. While spinach bolts and becomes bitter in the heat, pigweed remains tender deep into the summer, and the seeds produced in late summer are also edible and highly nutritious, similar to quinoa, which is its close relative. Americans spend $2 billion a year trying to eradicate a plant that health food stores sell for $5 a bunch. Every part of Dandelion officinalis is edible and medicinal, making it one of the most valuable plants you can grow, yet most people only see it as a lawn invader. Those bright yellow flowers taunting perfectly manicured lawns are edible treasures. The flowers can be fried in batter, made into wine, or dried for tea, and the jagged leaves contain more iron than spinach and are rich in vitamins A, C, and K. The roots hold dandelion's most powerful medicinal properties. For centuries, herbalists have used dandelion root as one of the most effective natural liver detoxifiers, and modern research is confirming many of the traditional uses, finding compounds that support liver function and promote digestion. Liver support supplements containing dandelion extract cost $10 to $20. Meanwhile, the source grows free in most yards, and those bitter compounds that make dandelion leaves difficult to eat raw are precisely what make them medicinally valuable. While you're paying tons of money for organic microgreens, this inconspicuous plant with star-shaped flowers is literally producing protein at the edges of your lawn. Chickweed continues to provide fresh food even when buried under snow, demonstrating amazing winter hardiness. The amazing fact is that chickweed contains a more complex protein than most leafy greens you can buy. We're talking about all the essential amino acids in a plant that most people step on without thinking twice, including measurable levels of lysine and tryptophan, often limited in plant foods. The mild, slightly sweet flavor hidden within these tiny leaves makes a perfect salad base that never runs dry or turns bitter. Chickweed's real superpower is its winter survival as it continues to grow fresh. Vitamin C-rich leaves under ice and snow. Survival experts teach the use of chickweed as a winter insurance plant, because when everything else is dead, it still produces food. Traditional healers used it as living patches, and modern research shows that these anti-inflammatory compounds actually work against joint pain and skin problems. Here's a plant that could replace your entire home medicine cabinet. The great plantain, with its characteristic grooved leaves arranged in rosettes pressed to the ground, grows in compacted soil where nothing else can survive, but is a natural patch with remarkable healing properties. Parallel veins running from base to tip and oval rosette shape make plantain unmistakable on lawns, parking lots, and paths. Both broadleaf and narrowleaf varieties offer the same benefits due to their allantoin and aucubin content, compounds that reduce inflammation, stop bleeding, and speed up healing. Mash a fresh plantain leaf and apply to cuts, scrapes, insect bites, or burns. This simple treatment often beats expensive first aid remedies and grows wherever undisturbed soil can be found, providing instant relief without a trip to the pharmacy. Apart from external uses, the young leaves are edible with a slightly bitter, spinach-like taste when cooked. The seeds, which form on distinctive spikes, are rich in fiber and work like psyllium husk for digestive health, the same fiber that costs about $10 in supplements. Those purple flowers carpeting shady areas of the lawn are not just a beauty, but edible treasures costing more per ounce than many specialty ingredients. With heart-shaped leaves and distinctive purple or white flowers, sweet violet prefers partly shaded, moist areas, often forming dense colonies under trees. Both the leaves and flowers are edible, with the flowers especially prized for their beauty and exceptional vitamin C content, higher than oranges and most citrus fruits. The leaves can be eaten raw in salads or cooked like spinach, while the flowers make beautiful edible garnishes with a mild, slightly sweet flavor. Violets have been used medicinally for thousands of years, especially for respiratory conditions and skin health, containing mucilages and saponins that soothe inflammation. Modern cosmetics companies extract these compounds for expensive anti-aging skincare products, while the source grows freely in shady corners of yards. Flowers are especially valuable. Specialty stores charge $10 for small containers of edible flowers. They can be candied for elegant desserts, frozen in ice cubes, or added fresh to salads, giving dishes a restaurant look without the restaurant prices. More than just livestock feed, red clover is a protein-rich superfood that fixes nitrogen in the soil while providing honey-sweet edible flowers and leaves. Distinctive trifoliate leaves and globular pink-purple blossoms distinguish red clover from its white cousin, which grows 1 to 3 feet tall with larger, more substantial flowers. The flowers offer a sweet, honeyed flavor, ideal for tea, and can be consumed fresh or dried for later use, while the young leaves are edible when cooked. The flowers contain the most valuable compounds, the isoflavones genistein and didzine, which have been studied in clinical trials to relieve menopausal symptoms and support hormonal balance. As a nitrogen-fixing plant, red clover simultaneously improves soil quality by providing food through its symbiotic rhizobium bacteria. This beneficial relationship with soil bacteria allows them to access nutrients not available to other plants, concentrating them for human benefit. Traditional use for women's health and respiratory support has led to the creation of expensive supplements that extract the same compounds that companies sell for $20 or $30 per month supply. Meanwhile, the source of these isoflavones grows in fields and roadsides, offering a natural alternative to synthetic hormonal drugs. Forget expensive lemon juice. This heart-shaped sorrel provides more vitamin C than oranges, adding the perfect sour note that celebrity chefs charge extra for. Common sorrel's secret weapon is oxalic acid, the same compound that gives rhubarb its tartness and costs a fortune to extract for gourmet restaurants. Those tiny yellow flowers and shamrock-like leaves fold at night as if to protect something valuable. And indeed they do. This plant literally saved entire ships from scurvy when sailors had no access to citrus on 18th century sea voyages, long before the British Navy adopted citrus as a standard. One handful provides more vitamin C than your morning orange juice, with a lemony twist that transforms boring salads into restaurant-quality meals. The best part is it grows everywhere. Sidewalk cracks, garden edges, random areas under decks, or in neglected corners of yards. What's amazing is how the plant retains its own vitamin C better than most store-bought products. These oxalic acids act as natural preservatives, keeping nutrients fresh longer than expensive supplements that sit in your cupboard for months and lose potency. UNESCO declared this towering weed a crop that could feed the world's future while you were probably yanking it out of your driveway, thinking it was just another nuisance. Each plant produces 100,000 edible seeds with more complete protein than quinoa, offering a personal grain elevator right to brownfields and garden edges. The Aztecs built an empire on amaranth, trading it as gold and using it in sacred ceremonies in honor of the god Huitzilopochtli. They knew what we had forgotten. The plant is essentially wheat that grows without any help, producing grain that contains all 9 essential amino acids in concentrations that rival meat. Young amaranth leaves taste like spinach, but contain twice as much protein. As they mature, these dramatic inflorescences become seed factories, producing tiny powerhouses with 13 to 15% protein and rich in lysine, which is rare among grains. The ultimate irony is that health food stores sell amaranth for $5 a pound, marketing it as an exotic ancient grain. Meanwhile, the same species is probably growing in an abandoned lot behind your local grocery store, producing pounds of free superfood that most people perceive as an eyesore. This is the plant that literally gave the marshmallow its name before corporations replaced its natural healing gel with synthetic chemicals. Wood mallow, with its round-toothed leaves and pink flowers, contains mucus, that soothing, gel-like substance that pharmaceutical companies are now synthesizing into throat lozenges and digestive aids. The original marshmallows were made by whipping a geal of mallow root with sugar, creating a candy that actually treated a sore throat instead of causing one. The 19th century French confectionery tradition created the marshmallow, transforming an ancient medicine into a modern sweet but losing its medicinal properties through the process of commercialization. The leaves, with their distinctive shape, resemble soft lettuce. The pink flowers add beauty to gorgeous salads, and the roots contain healing compounds that modern medicine charges hundreds of dollars for. The real treasure is the seeds, which kids call cheeses because they look like tiny wheels of cheese and are rich in protein and healthy fats. Traditional healers call mallow the heal-all plant because it soothes everything from burns to upset stomachs, and modern research is proving them right. The same uses that created the original marshmallow are now appearing in expensive supplements, while this gentle healer grows like a weed in disturbed soil. From omega-3 powerhouses in parking lots to protein-rich grains in vacant lots, these weeds reveal a fundamental truth. Nature does not distinguish between valuable and useless plants. Only we do, and often we get it completely wrong, destroying what could feed and heal us. These 10 plants represent thousands of years of human nutrition and medicine, growing freely where we least expect treasures. They sustained civilizations, cured countless ailments, and provided safety in times of shortage, from Aztec ceremonies with amaranth to sea voyages with sorrel against scurvy. While we spend billions trying to eradicate them, these plants continue to provide free food and medicine to anyone wise enough to recognize their value. Ethnobotany as a field of study shows that traditional ecological knowledge is being rediscovered by modern science, creating a sense of intellectual closure and broader relevance. Which weed surprised you the most? Hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who is about to discover a grocery store growing outside their door because a natural pharmacy and pantry awaits those who are ready to change their perception of the ordinary.